Told the story.
And hello, everybody. We are live and in colour, in the red colour. Vampire Night. Welcome, everybody. Of course, I'm Evldoa. This is my channel. Hey. Of course, you know that because you're already here. But we are back for another Vampire Masquerade. Looking forward to doing some more interesting vampire stuff. We have Magic the Gamer stopping in with us this evening at some point. You will see him very soon. But unless anyone has any further announcements or any announcements apart from Friday nights, Yanti One's channel, Stormlord's Wrath, Sunday nights and Wednesday nights here for D&D and Vampire Masquerade respectively, come and hang out and do some things and stuff with us. That on top so we can see this a little clip there. Without any further ado, I guess let's hand over to our storyteller for the recap from last week.
Cool. Are we unmuted, Evil?
You should be.
Excellent. Just checking.
Hopefully I got that this time. Chat will soon let me know.
So, we'll do the recap, because that's what I always start with. Why change a good plan? Our hounds began last episode. It was a Monday night, and they were meeting back at their North Kensington haven. A quick phone call from Van Diemen saw a chess game arranged, and details will be sent sometime later in the week. The group discussed the video footage from the rest home that had a clear view of Peggy's visitor. They found out that he was an old American military officer with a very impressive record. The hounds also discussed Pip's information gathering on Leslie from his living days, which then led to some talk of diablerie, and then a quick run to a local park nearby for a very hungry Echo. Aaron's contact from the gun store called and filled him in on what type of acid was in Jenny's bullets and how to acquire more of said substance, which Zane was then appointed the task of intercepting the delivery, or a delivery vehicle of some description. Zane received a phone call from Sarah Barnett, who spoke to Jackson about organising a chat. She wanted it to be just her, Zane and Jax. She did not divulge anything in the call, but stated that it was important. They have planned to meet the following evening. There was some more back and forth over Billy and why he wasn't limping or hurt in the car park camera footage, and some guesstimations about Kindred and their disciplines. Jackson received a phone call letting him know that the Thin Bloods were interested in his old burned-out haven, which he told his people just to keep a watchful eye on. Another call, yet again, from Toreador Nathan, saw a meeting with the prince later that evening that night, arranged for Echo. The hounds then spoke at length about Gerald Stone and Sophia Hall and their buildings. A plan of sorts was made to stake out their places and not get caught out like the last time. Notes were made and taken, talking about taking out phone services and power utilities, maybe trying to utilise a drone and a jammer. Just before the coterie was set to go, Echo remembered that she knew the old face from the footage in the rest home. He used to be an FBI agent back in America. And that is where we called the game on Sunday last week. So, welcome back to Melbourne in our cool, wintry Monday night. Rolling really into Tuesday morning, being that it is close to 2 a.m. Here we find Echo, alone, about an hour later after we finished last game. She's standing on the roadside in central Melbourne. She had received a call within this hour that we are not focusing on currently. It was from Nathan, informing her that the prince had decided to rather not meet at Elysium, but get Nathan to pick her up at a point of her choosing at about 10 to 2. Echo, was there anything that you were going to do in this hour before meeting with Nathan?
I would have acquired a gift from Sam that I had been saving for the prince, and I would have done a lot of research on Prince Leslie Taylor before the meeting.
Okay, and I'll just make that my notes.
And of
Okay.
course, I would have changed into a beautiful silver dress.
Beautiful silver dress. Very toreador of you.
Mm.
So with that, Echo, you see a vehicle pulling over to the side of the road, coming towards you slowly. It doesn't pull in fast. It's just coming past one of the entrances to Fitzroy Gardens. It's a 2000s model, dark grey Ford Fairlane sedan. It's very shiny, has plenty of chrome features. You can hear the V8 engine's muffled growl ticking over beneath the hood as the vehicle pulls right up alongside you. Nathan gets out casually from the vehicle, motor still running. He is wearing the wine red suit that you gifted him, Echo, and it fits him perfectly, as he said. He comes around the front of the car and moves to the passenger door, opening it for you, and he sort of looks up you and tips his hat and says, "Greetings, Miss Monroe. I'll be driving you to your destination on this beautiful night. Might I assume you wish to ride in front?"
Ah, yes, you look dashing. Lovely.
"As do you." And he sort of gives you almost like a pirouette as he leads you into the car.
Thank you. And I get in?
He closes the door for you and back into the front seat. You are heading into Northcote itself, into central Melbourne as he drives. He says, "It's only a short trip, not far at all, really. The Prince, Leslie, he wanted somewhere that was a bit more, a little less bustly. There's a lot going on at Elysium at the minute. Maybe he thought it would be easier to, somewhere we can have a lovely drink."
Oh. Does this happen a lot, Nathan? Or is this...
You mean this, me picking people up?
Yeah, picking people up for meetings and stuff.
Oh, I think I was chosen because of our, and he sort of leans as he drives, similar nature.
Ah, interesting.
I don't normally run errands for the Prince, but I offered to pick you up for him. He did say he was going to send one of the regular drivers, but why would we do that?
Pretty good. Well, sorry the hounds can't come with us. I kind of did this short notice, but...
Oh, it's quite all right. I believe Mr. Taylor wanted to see you in person on his own anyway. A bit of a private chat, you might say.
Oh. Is that normal?
Oh, it is if he has interests in you, yes.
Are they good?
Well, it depends on the interest he has in you. I honestly can't say that I know, Miss Monroe.
Has he ever been interested in people and then they end up, not getting dropped off at home?
Yes, all the time.
Ah, great.
That is the world we live in.
Yeah.
I don't believe that is what will happen with you. Surely not. Not someone of your exquisite tastes and talent.
Yeah, well, thank you. How long have you been with him?
Oh, we go a long way back. Near the beginning, really. When I say the beginning, from the time he was embraced, roughly, I was not long after that. Since he's been the Prince, I have been with him.
So you knew him before?
No, I did not know him before.
And what about Sheriff Marco? He seems like a character. Did you know him before?
No, he came after me. The Prince and our coterie, that was, of course there's a few of us gone now, bless their souls, and I mean that in the most kindred kind of way. Marco was someone the Prince saved from another war boss, another crime boss that was trying to push Leslie out of position.
Oh.
Yes, another. And I could maybe, by your accent, you come from America?
Yes, I do.
Yes, well, this crime boss was a sort of American. He came from the Mexican area, I believe.
So is Marco from America?
No, I believe he's from here.
Ah,
Just the crime boss was using him as an example, and Leslie made an example of said crime boss, and I think that was when Marco was embraced. I believe he was embraced by the opposition first, but Leslie took him under his wing, saw the potential, which is unusual.
Interesting.
Never mind. And oh look, we're just coming up to the place now. And with that, we will switch to the main hounds first, leaving Echo to ponder what's going on. Hounds. Echo got the call. She mentioned to you she had to head out. You, roughly 5-10 minutes after she leaves, you can let me know anything you did within that hour, or you can play that out now. It's totally up to you.
Jackson will be looking over the Google Maps image of Gerald Stone's house, so just looking over and pointing out strategic positions where people or cameras could be positioned during the day. Just saying to Zane, Zane, you can get cameras sort of here, maybe here. I can get a few guys to watch him during the day. I don't think we're going to get a whole lot at night, especially this hour of the morning. But I think we can get probably more information on his whereabouts and movements during the day and what happens around that house. Going over that information from the Anarch Baron, what do you know about safes? Aaron, you too. Do you know, even Pip, what if you've read anything about a Sentry safe? 12-digit keypad, relatively new.
Give me a sec.
Because going over the information you gave us, saying she keeps a spare set of her remotes for her private museum stock at her home, her apartment, in this safe. She's away tonight at a dinner, but she's also going to be at Elysium tomorrow night. So if we can get to her apartment, clone those remotes there, then we can hit the museum on Wednesday.
I thought we were just going to clone her remotes from the Elysium.
I don't know if we're going to be able to get close
remote.
enough to her to do that. I think you have to get relatively... I think they have to be used to be cloned. I think it'd be better and safer if we can do it away from Elysium.
Potentially, yes.
I mean, her apartment will have security, but if she's used my company for the museum, chances are her personal security has also been done by my company. So I can get us in. That's not a problem. It's just the safe. I'm not overly good with safes.
So, Sentry, what again? What was it?
It's just a Sentry safe. What's the brand? I don't think it gave it's just a Sentry model. Not sure the exact model, but it's got a 12-digit keypad.
Correct. It doesn't give the exact model, just the brand name.
It'll be a personal safe, so I'd assume it wouldn't be anything large.
Look up the company that makes the safes.
Was the safe installed by Jackson's company, or was that something separate?
No, Jax, you would know that your company did the main security,
Just the
but
base
not
security,
internal safes or anything like that. Just the skeleton security, basically. Zane, when you search the safes, there's a few different models, and you can see from the front of them, they say Sentry on the front, but models and make numbers and things are usually within the door when you open them on a steel plate. So to know if anyone could just look at the front of a safe and know the exact model, it would be pretty dumb,
I'll be
right?
looking for one specific with a 12-digit PIN code.
Okay. Which is a lot easier to find. You can narrow it down to only a few. Sentry models tend to make they're known for their type, and they tend to make them fairly similar. So you can get all the information on the Sentry safe, no problem.
Second question, how easy would that be to crack?
That's why I'm getting all the information from the company, so I can.
Yeah. What we need is we need to know how many digits the PIN code needs to be, and then obviously you need to run a cipher to narrow that down.
Just so you know, most safe companies that I know, well, I think I know, have backdoors.
There's that too. But
Zany would know that in the information on the safes, you can have between 4 and 9-digit security codes on the safe. They can be self-programmed, and yes, most of them will have a backdoor for when, and it happens, people lock their safes, lose their digits, bust them, anything can happen, and so they do have a backdoor system.
Normally they'll have the digital safe code, and they'll have a key.
a master code as well.
Well, no, they normally have a key.
What's the possibility that she used digits 1 to 12?
Well, I don't think she would have been that stupid.
No, I mean,
But
does the Zane, with the information you found out, does the safe also require a key as well as the PIN code, or is it just digital?
Let me look.
I think that's something that we'll find out when we're actually looking at the safe, unfortunately.
We can find that information out before we look at the safe.
Mm.
I mean, if push comes to shove, I can blow the safe. It's a little noisier. Chances of it's being caught are a lot higher, but it can be done.
The problem about blowing the safe as well is, look, I know that Sentry do have a key backup. They always put in a key backup. Finding where the key goes is the hard part because they hide that key spot. That's the weakest point. You don't need the code if you've got the key. And locks can be picked.
This is true.
So that's probably our best way.
How good are you at lockpicking? That's a question.
Me, I'm terrible, but I might know a guy.
Who knows a guy that knows another guy that... Yeah, okay.
We all know guys, but as long as he can be trusted, this is the thing. This is pretty sensitive stuff.
Well, he's in the clan, so I can trust him. Whether or not he trusts you guys is the different story.
Hey, if he gets paid well enough, I'm pretty sure he'd trust us.
Pip, while these guys are chatting, what are you up to?
Pip is sitting off in a corner somewhere, and he's looking at the pistol that Jax gave him. He's talking to the cockroach on his shoulder. He's like, "This is a 683.432, although it's kind of more than that, really. Like, it brings about 155.937, which is death. Like, this is the sort of thing that did William Haynes. Like, not like this, but like, you know, something like it. Unless he's not." And he's sort of just chattering to himself, trying to work out what that premonition meant. Still.
You guys hear Pip's mutterings as you're conversing back and forth.
What's he going on about?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. But he serves his purposes. Give me a second. Jackson will just wander over to Pip, just walk up to him, like, quietly, not trying to disturb him, sort of wait for him to maybe stop talking at like a break, sort of jump in without disturbing him. Pip.
Yeah, yes, Mr. Spencer.
God, no, I think I've got something for you to do.
Okay.
You know books, yeah?
Yeah.
You know the library, you know how to find information.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get you to find all the information you can on ASIS here in Melbourne?
Yeah.
As much as you can. And on Sentry safes as well.
Safes. All right. Yep, I can do it.
Cool. And then
Saying I'm borrowing a laptop.
and I'll just leave him to it. And I was wander back and just sort of say to Aaron, Zane, you'd hear it as well, but it would be more directed at Aaron. It should keep him busy for a little while.
Yeah, he's pretty good at the old research, isn't he? He found that whole thingy about the prince and the taxi driver?
Yeah, I mean, I sometimes forget. I mean, I've been around for a while. I mean, as most of us have. Sometimes forget that all this internet stuff. Library had a lot of information in hard copy, newspapers, all that sort of stuff, and there's a lot of information there that may have been altered or even lost over the years and not made access to the internet. So I think we need to maybe utilize Pip a little bit more in that respect. I think he can get us a lot of information. If I wouldn't know where to look. I haven't been in the library in decades.
And with that, we will cross over to Echo again. Echo, Nathan, his last words were, we're coming here now. And you see he's driving the vehicle into the Elwood area. Pretty much on the cusp of Melbourne Central and South Yarra. He slows the car down and turns it into a car park, like a shallow driveway, but open to a large parking space. But there's a gate guard and a cross arm, a barrier arm, and it's down. Nathan winds the window down. It's not automatic, it is a winder window. And he speaks to the gate guard and he says, Charles, I have Miss Munro to meet with the prince. The guard nods to him, looks at you, gives you a nod. No problem, Mr. Lucas. Number 3. Thanks. And he presses a button. The barrier arm lifts and lets Nathan and you through. Nathan takes the part labeled number 3. He then turns off the ignition and hops out of the car and moves to your door to open it for you again. He says, step this way, Miss Munro. It should be a wonderful evening. This is a very beautiful place.
Thank you, Nathan, I think.
As he opens the door and you hop out, you can see in front of you a fine-looking, and it's dark, but there's minor illumination of streetlights and moonlight. But it is a fine-looking sky blue building. The entrance is alight by 2 elegant street lanterns in the style of 1920s oil or gas lamps that wrought iron with the sort of fine designs, fine metals. The sign on the building, painted in old school swirl sort of letters, reads Gangster's Paradise. And as you approach, a doorman nods at Nathan and the doorman opens the door and lets you both in. Inside, it's a large establishment, a lot of dark stained wood, mahogany. The bar stretches about 10 meters in length, almost the full length of the space of the room. It has many, many liquor bottles arranged on a huge wooden shelving behind it, which is mirrored at the back to look like there's more bottles than what there really is. But there's enough bottles. Whatever you could want is definitely on this shelf. There are quite a few many patrons here, and there's a low hum of conversation. The bar stools here have a dark blue leather. The seats, very leather lounge seats, big arms, high backs. Nice wood ingrained in where the handrests sit, and they all have that same blue leather translating through every sort of anything with leather translates to that same blue. Even the edgings around the room, almost, just about like a padded hospital in some respects, but then the wall breaks to that dark mahogany again. All the ceilings are like a pressed plate metal or that sort of old brass design, but everything is just shiny and it's really tasteful in an old school 20s or 30s kind of way. Nathan sort of motions you over to a private booth, and still generally it's a part of the bar. The booth's really just bordered by a partition that's just higher than your heads as you sit down. And here we see Prince Leslie Taylor, sitting in the booth awaiting. Now, Prince, before we get into conversation, in the spare time you've had awaiting the drive, is there anything you've been up to?
Beforehand, I have been reading the information that was sent to me by Van Diemen, just processing everything that's come through and dealing with the monotonous request of, petty squabbles and dealings of fellow kindred, which gave me the idea, like, I just need to get out of here. This is just crap. So that was the decision for changing locations. I just needed to get away from the bullshit.
Good call. And with that, you have Nathan and Echo. Nathan's sort of positioning Echo in front of you, and Nathan stands awaiting whatever decision you want for him, either to sit or to leave.
First of all, Taylor will stand up and motion both to come over. Good evening, Miss Monroe.
Hello.
Thank you for meeting me here on such short notice.
It's lovely. I've never seen this place before.
Well, it's a nice little place. I like to get away from everything for a while.
Before we sit, I'll just hand him the box I've been holding. I got it on an auction, and it's going to be silver-plated cocktail shaker, which is inscribed to a regular guy from the boys. And it says 1934. And I'll explain that I found this on auction, and I thought you might like it. It was Al Capone's. So, I know you don't drink cocktail, well, depends on the person, but, you could still, it'd look nice in your office, maybe.
I am taken aback by, first of all, the gift, to be given one for starters, and let alone the exquisiteness and the history behind the gift. And visibly you can see that he is like a card shark. He doesn't really show things too often, but this one, you have actually got him on a kind of, wow, this is awesome. So, wow, hands her over to, after having a good look at it on the table, and this is stunning.
I thought it would be a good gift, to break the ice, since we've never actually gotten a chance to meet before.
Other than
a
business.
Really, yeah. So I will sit when Nathan
before
sits.
you sit, Leslie will walk over to where your chair is. You'll pull it out and wait for you to sit.
Thank you.
And then slides back in and turns to Nathan and says, everything okay? Went well?
Everything went absolutely fine, sir. Yes, no problems at all.
Everything's secure?
Everything is secure. We have watchers on the outside of the building and also the inside, as you know. Both Elysium and here. I will be nearby if you need me.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Nathan.
And Echo, you can clearly see that Nathan is carrying under the jacket.
I would also look around the room to see if anyone else is visibly carrying, and all the exits, because, I'm here by myself.
You will make, for me, a wits awareness roll, please.
Okay.
Don't forget those beautiful red dice.
2.
2. You do notice some of the patrons just seem like regular patrons. It's almost like a themed bar. There are a few people in just general everyday normal clothes, but there are some others there wearing more of the 20s, 30s garments in nature, almost like pin-up girls, or the men of that time who were very, very suave with their suits, suspenders, that sort of deal. And the odd one or two you can see, they're not looking obvious, but you're looking for it. You can see they do have a place for concealed weapons, and a few of them definitely are guarding the place more than enjoying themselves. They've got a drink, but they're barely touching. It could be for more than one reason, because it could be they're kindred, they don't want to drink, they're blushing life, or it could be the fact that they are just watching, keeping an eye on everything. Guarding the prince is what you would see for the most part. They're making sure the prince is safe.
Oh, I quickly do blush of life as well.
Okay, that would be a rouse check.
Oh, crap. Okay. I got this. A success.
Excellent. So you're giving yourself the blush of life, giving a bit more colour to your face, allowing you maybe to partake in drinks and food.
You look a little bit uneasy, Miss Monroe. Is everything okay?
I imagine most people look uneasy in front of you, Prince. Don't you think? I mean...
Leslie.
You can call me Echo. I am a bit nervous, so... Nathan, he's not much of a... What's the word? Cheerleader, pep talk kind of a guy, so...
When Nathan needs his voice to be heard, you will know. But nothing to worry about, Elko. Tonight, you're in my company, you're in my presence. You're safe. And anything that happens, we'll make sure that we get out of here together.
All right. I do have a bit of business to talk, though.
Well, business before pleasure, as they say, Miss Monroe. So let's get the unpleasantries out of the way, shall we? And Leslie will motion over one of the waitresses to come over.
Yes, sir. Waitress comes forward. She's holding a tray. She says, yes, my prince.
Would you like something to drink, Miss Monroe?
Sure.
What would you like? On the house.
Is this a drink or is this a drink?
You could have either.
Because I have blush of life, I will get a I'm trying to think of a 1920s drink. A Manhattan.
One Manhattan.
Make that two.
Two Manhattans. No problem. We'll be with you very shortly. And she sort of bows as she walks back to the bar. And it doesn't take her long. The 2 Manhattans, within 30 seconds of ask, they are brought back straight away. And as she delivers them, says, and I can have a couple of the finest dark reds, fresh, if you like.
Please, have them ready when we need them.
We will do so. Thank you. And she strolls away.
Sophie Hall.
Yes.
I don't know if your sheriff might have told you about our offer we've been given.
I am aware that you've been tasked to do something for a certain person.
For some information. She wants Ben Diemen wants a sword that he's been eyeing on, and possibly to take out Sophie Hall. How do you feel about acquiring Parkville?
I am not. I won't decline the acquisitions of more assets for the city of Melbourne, but in the current state of things, it would not be wise to poke the bear, let alone skin it. At this point in time, I would like to avoid any war between our two factions.
Do you feel that we could probably get it done without making it look like it was us? I'd hate to see you lose any more territories.
Well, see, back in my day, I would used to do things like what you're about to do. And I lived by 3 rules. Rule number 1 is to pick your crew. They need to have a range of skills and do what they are told. You've already got that covered. Secondly is timing. You've got to have them exactly where you want them. Too soon, they stick out like dog's balls. Too late, well, it's too late. And thirdly, and the most important element, someone has to be in control. Someone has to see the whole enterprise, like a general directing their troops. Anyone can do these jobs without letting anyone know that you were even there. I've done it. I miss doing it. And I'm not talking about doing it as a kindred either. Which is one reason why I decided to set up the meeting with all the Anak barons. Now, that's still going to go ahead whether you decide to use that or use your own plan. I just thought it might be helpful for the hounds to know that I can lend some aid when need be. But I would love for you guys to pull this off and watch that smug look on that bitch's face go. You see, they all look up to her as their leader. As much as I would love that piece off the board removed, now's not the time. But it will serve an absolute reminder to let them know, don't fuck with me.
Yes. And it would be nice to get some points with Van Diemen as well. Extra ones. On your side. I have a lot of faith in the hounds. I think we could do it.
I mean, we have faith in you. You wouldn't have been chosen to look into the current investigations if we didn't believe that the variety of skills that you bring to the table will not resolve this problem that we're currently having. And I've said it a couple of times already, that what you guys have done in such a short amount of time. He picks up his drink, takes a swig, and enjoys and savors it just for that moment. That's good. You can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to it, as long as you're all on the same page. You all understand what you need to do. And more importantly, that you got the confidence to walk out of that building and know that you're going to get this done.
Oh, I do.
You see a slight smirk in the corner of Leslie's mouth as you say that.
Maybe because I knew you'd like a Manhattan and I have no idea what it is.
It brings back memories.
Speaking of, Pip's had some kind of vision about you and your past. Something about a taxi.
Taxi? What do you know? What did he see?
I didn't have my phone on me, so he sent it to all the phones, but something about you were shooting someone in front of a taxi.
Oh, my dear Miss Monroe, I have shot at a lot of things, including taxis.
I figured. But if you're going to see Pip tomorrow, perhaps maybe talk to him about it. Because I think it has to do with this parking lot video.
In what sense?
I think he got it. I think every vision he has to do with it. Kind of all leads back to this video, and I feel like someone is setting up Billy to make it hidden about who really is trying to kill you. That's my theory. It could get Zane to probably type up some stuff we have so far and send it to you. Also, there were runes on the back of the car.
The taxi? Or
the car in the video.
The cars we were driving?
Something about the man in the billy suit carved WPH.
And with that, kind of sits back a little bit and thinks about that. WPH. That's the second time that's come up.
Come up for you? Someone you know?
Could be someone I know. Could be a building. It could be a business. I don't know. But
Taylor, make a resolve awareness roll for me, please.
Oh shit!
I hope that's good shit.
Is that
Oh, that's a
dirty
good shit.
Hunger dice. Oh,
That's 6, including a critical success.
spot on with 6. WPH. It has come up before. WPH. You don't think it's the name of a building? It's initials. It's someone's initials, 100%. With a 6, you're absolutely sure it's the initials of a person. Just cannot put your finger on that person, that's all. But you know that's the initials of someone. Whether you divulge that information or not, that's up to you.
The reason why I say this is the second time it's come up. I have been given some information where sorry, let me backtrack. You've also had dealings with Van Diemen. I myself also recently met with Mr. Van Diemen. I wanted to help. Not because I didn't think you guys were not progressing far enough. I think you guys have done amazing, but I just feel that we were hitting a brick wall. Sometimes you got to go through that brick wall. So I called in I want to call it a favor, but we called in a meeting. You guys, if you need information, he's the man to go to. Now, I didn't directly ask this. But Ms. Barnett was with me and she asked a question about the insider, or who we suspect is what's happening inside. One of the pieces of information that came to me via Sarah is that there is someone inside, 2 actually. One of them is a ghoul, very close, inside Elysium. The information given is that this particular ghoul spends a lot of time texting to someone in their phone listed as WPH to quickly remove any evidence on their phone of this. Now, how Van Diemen got to this, obviously the price paid was not enough to divulge that information. I suspect then nothing less from Van Diemen. So this is someone, but who I don't know. Not yet.
Do you mind if I text my hounds? Our hound, quickly, and
If you
ask
want to
them a
make a
question?
call or text, by all means.
I call Aaron because I don't have a burner phone and I don't trust anyone else with this number.
So, I believe this is an absolutely opportune moment to switch to the hounds as well. We'll make the call and switch to the hounds at the same time. So after the call, Prince and Echo, you can make some notes and do what you need. Aaron, your phone is ringing. Your normal phone It is, however you've listed Eco, it is her name or number.
I pick it up and go, yeah, what's up?
Put me on speaker, please.
And so it is done.
Guys, WPH, Pip's vision. Do we know who was the more about the vision? I didn't get to explain to the prince clearly.
Oh, yeah. William Patrick Haynes. He was a taxi driver that they shot and left dead. William Patrick Haynes.
William Patrick Haynes.
Allegedly, wasn't it? He never actually got busted for that one, did he?
No.
Can we research any relatives living today?
Zane, I'm sure you can look into that.
Family tree time, Zane, and you're muted.
But I'm doing... Alright, fine.
What are you doing now? Wait a minute, just give me a laptop, I'll do the family history thing. If you're doing something that requires more technical aspects.
Guys,
I'll just hit up
let me focus.
heritage or something.
Okay, you know what? I'm on a date with a Manhattan, so text me when
What?
Throw me something back.
hang up.
Aaron, Eco
Wait a
hands
minute,
up.
how the hell did she get to Manhattan?
Okay, she said she's on a date, but she's with the prince. I'm confused. Anyway,
Can we fly? Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we can. Well, we can't physically. we
well,
can jump
some
on
of
a
us can.
plane. The red eye takes a whole new meaning when one of us is on board.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That's pretty funny. Well, Zane, what are you're doing the safe thing, right?
Yep.
Okay, you stay on that.
Anything else?
No, just focus on that for now.
Oh, do we know what those keys are all about?
The keys
Yeah.
for the safe.
Yeah.
You can find that out too.
Okay.
Right, you work on that.
Look, as I said, I know a guy that might be able to.
Yeah, well, if you
do
want to
this
contact your guy, and
Well, I gotta call the guy anyway about
Okay.
something else. So
how much does he usually work for?
depends on the job. He's more
Average.
of a. No, he's more of a. The more harder it is, the less you pay. So the easier the job, the more you pay. About
Yeah.
350 if it's really easy.
Well,
But yeah, so
find out what he needs. I can probably organise that.
no, he's got all of these tools.
I
He's got
mean,
these tools.
as in how much
If
he
it-
needs to get paid. Give me a number, and I can sort it.
But 350 would probably be what he'll hit you up for at the max, unless it's really simple that you could have done it type deal, and then he'll just make you pay through the nose. But he's okay.
It's 350. I mean, yeah, I can get 350. It'll take me a couple of days, but I can get it.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable. As I said, it's the harder the lock, the better. That's what we're aiming for.
Okay, cool. Well, you organise that. You're gonna look at this. What William Patrick Haynes? Did you say, Pip?
Yep.
What information can you get on him specifically from the library? You think?
I mean, I have a little bit more. He wasn't married. He was 22. 21, 22.
The chances of him having family living today are probably slim, but possible. What are the chances he was embraced at some point and not died?
Well,
I
wait a
mean-
minute. When did this shooting occur? During the day or at
1960.
night?
At
Yeah, Pip, was it daytime or nighttime? Do you remember? Because this was before Prince Taylor was embraced.
sun was out. I remember the sun.
Okay,
You remember the
daytime.
sun? Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so
it could have been turned after.
slim, but possible. Let's get as
be a
much information.
malfunction?
Yeah, let's get as much information as we can
that's right.
on living relatives, whether he was potentially embraced. I mean, it's a long shot, but why not? I'm gonna take off for about an hour. Gotta go see a dude about a thing and start organising some money, potentially transfers.
Yeah.
But I'll be back.
One thing is he prefers cash.
That's what I kind of figured. I'm going to organise some transfers and get some pickup. I'm going to go catch up with a clan brother, and I think it's time I learned some new skills. I got an idea that may help us here, so I'll be about an hour. I'll be back.
Alright, so you're going to go back.
And Jackson will take off.
And I will call KJ? KM?
Cage? Yep.
Cage?
No problem. You make a call to Cage. We'll start with a call to Cage. We'll address Jackson shortly. Cage answers the phone. Says, AT, haven't heard from you for a bit, man.
Yeah. I've been a bit busy with the cams.
Yeah, you got sucked into that shit, man.
Oh, look, they're fucking paying me. I don't care. Actually, I got a couple of things. I might have a job for you. You still cracking safes?
Yeah. Well, only the good ones.
Yeah, I know. I might have a safe. Probably tomorrow night we want you to get into.
Sheesh, short notice.
Well, come on. You want a challenge? You want a challenge.
Well, you're not wrong.
Yeah, well, I need you to do that. And before you get here, I need you to do some research on the Crimson Knights. I hear there's a bloke going around making children.
Oh, actually, I'm on that already.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
what do you know?
She rang me. And told, well, not just me, a few of us, and some of us better information brokers, And I've managed to get a little bit of information on a couple of them. She asked me originally about some douche who spray painted your bike.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the same bloke, but if it is, it would be even sweeter.
Well, I can tell you one thing for sure, it's not the same bloke. But I know
Shit.
I can give you both names.
Right, okay.
So the Reaper who marked your bike, he's a big bugger. His number plate gives him away. You guys, I think you're the ones who sent the number plate through to her, and she got me to look it up. And 6YF3, it's his like a hacker code or his gamer code or some damn thing. It's Syph. His name's Grant Syph. He's a human. He's not one of us.
He's not one of us.
No.
Oh, he's going to be terrified shortly. Yeah, okay, yeah, cool. I've got a friend that can find him a little bit further, so I'll go say hello to that gentleman. And what do you know about this other
Right.
guy?
Yeah, so the other Reaper, he's the one that... So she says he sired someone illegally. Well, it's all the time. This guy is a absolute fucking mutant, right? He is a gangrel. He's one of us, unfortunately, giving us a bad name. They call him Austin Lear. Well, that's his real name. They call him Big Al most of the time. He's another big fucker. 6'3", bigger than the human. I think he's part Aboriginal from what we've been tailing him. He's quite the family he visits, what family he has left, they're of that descent. But he is sick. He is addicted to feeding on junkies, mostly chicks. He does that sexual preformation thing where he feeds on chicks when he's doing them. Chooses, what he calls easy targets. Women who are broken marriages, relationships lost or dead or whatever. They've lost family. Ones who are depressed and looking for something easy, so they abuse substance. And he works off that. Problem is, he's a fucking junkie.
In his own right.
Yeah, so once he drains one, then another. Well, not I say drains. When he feeds, he drinks. He'll be right for one or two, but after he does a few, he's fucked up, and then he drains one to death and gets guilty afterwards and makes him one of us.
Turns up.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
not the first time and probably not the last.
So we might have to organise a hunt. Although, wait a minute, it's Monday night. Good. I've got a couple of days. We'll have to organise a hunt. Shit. Do we have any idea where he likes to haunt?
That's why we've been tailing him. I haven't got any direct names as yet. We've got a couple of other guys on him in the daytime, finding out. Sorry, our daytime guys are finding out where he sleeps. But for the most part, a couple of bars we've got tabs on. We're just making sure it isn't just a once-off. We haven't had that information for long, so we don't want to just think he's just going to a bar once. So we'll get back to you with that info.
All right, cool. You got my number anyway. You going
Absolutely.
Friday night?
Hell yeah!
Okay, cool.
That's assuming, that's assuming I don't get fucking killed before then hunting this guy down for you.
Yeah, we can all. Hey, you don't have to kill him yourself. Although you got that safe job, so yeah.
Oh, is the safe job going to kill me?
You never know.
Uh,
It is another. Well, it's a Bruja. So I think she's a Bruja. No, she's a Tremere. She's just another one of us.
Look, safe job's a good job, right? If
It's
it
a
doesn't
safe
blow me
job.
up, it doesn't kill me, it's a safe job.
It's a safe job.
Yeah.
But yeah, the
Oh,
guy
did you
that
tell
wants
him
to
my
hu-
regular price?
Yeah, it's 350 at the max.
Yeah, well, it depends on how
Unless
hard
that's
it is,
gone
right?
up.
No,
Yeah.
it's not gone up. If it's a damn easy, it's easy, it's more. You know that.
Well, it's meant to be a 12-digit code, but I don't know.
No, it depends if whoever programmed it used 12 digits.
Well, they could have used 4, like 1 2 3 4 or 4 3 2 1. So it's just, I
Yep,
don't
those
know.
are the first ones we always try.
Yeah, and some people just don't go past the default code. But
You're not wrong.
it's a I can't remember the name of the brand. I'll shoot you the info that I've got once I hang up.
What are you
about the
riding on
brand.
Friday?
Taking the rocket.
Right. I'm Ducati. Ducati all the way.
Oh yeah, Ducati's nice.
Yeah, I've
Ducati's
stripped it
nice.
down. It's beer.
Oh, you take all the fairings and shit off it.
Oh yeah, lighten it up. I'm gonna win this poker run.
Full naked. Nice. I'll have to enjoy the view. You didn't tweak anything, did you? Because
I
last
tweaked
time,
everything.
last time you did that, you threw everything off, and it took me a week to fix the bloody thing.
Yeah, it took me a week to heal too, mate. She's a bit of a road rash up my face and arm and back of my leg. Fucking near killed me.
That wasn't road
Yeah.
rash. When you can see bone, that's no longer rash, my friend.
You're right. All right, so I'll keep in touch. I'll let you know. And you, yell out when you need me tomorrow. Did you say?
Yeah, I'll shoot you a text. Time and place.
All right, done and dusted. All right, AT. Catch you
All
later.
right. She shakes. And I hang up from him, and then I call Mick.
All right. Mick it is. Mick the gunsmith, right?
Yep.
Mick answers. Aaron, what can I do for you?
Mick, I've organised that acid. You should have it tomorrow night sometime. Don't know when, don't know how, but I'll get it to you. Hopefully we'll have a leader of the shit, so you should be able to make some weapons.
A leader's good, and we're both sure we can get that sorted.
Yeah, you remember the wasp dagger I got?
Bath the magic dragon.
Yeah. Shut up. It freaking hurts the person when you hit it with them. So
Hmm.
I'm just thinking. You reckon we'd be able to put some acid into one of those CO2 canisters?
We can. We'd have to dress the canister with polyether something yank. I can't remember the name of this shit, but it's a plastic that's acid proof. Yeah.
Well, I don't. You wouldn't have to do a hell of a lot. I'm just thinking, because that would turn that dagger into a nasty piece of work for one of us.
Yes. That
The-
worries me. What are you into?
Dude, I'm into everything.
That's what she said.
Yeah, nah, I might be having to put down one of a fellow big red reaper dickhead shortly.
Oh, good.
Yeah, another. Well, actually, I might have to put down two. And the other one's human, so I don't want to really hurt him too much.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a dangerous territory you're stepping into there, eh?
Yeah, I don't want to piss in someone else's yard either, so we'll
Yeah,
see.
cool.
But all right, so and I might have another guy that will want some rounds off you too with the acid add-on.
All right, well, we'll make as many as we can fit in the time. We got a bit of work on here, but we'll get it done.
Yeah, I'm not fussed. As long as you get those first 50 rounds done quick, I don't mind.
No problem.
All right, mate. Have fun.
All right, catch up.
See ya.
Hangs up.
And then I'm going to go talk to Zane about the two guys that I've just found out about.
Okay.
To see what he can find out for me. And actually, I might even pull Pip into this and ask him to do some research as well.
So while Aaron's on the phone, near the end of his conversation, I'll say to Zane, I'm a little bit worried about this, Zane, you know?
Worried about what?
Well, Aaron said he was thinking, and I'm not sure he should.
What do you
But
mean
also-
by that, Pip?
Oh, sorry, Aaron. Surely this safe is protected more than just by, like, a safe. Like, surely they're us. There's, like, other things they can do with the safe.
Yeah, but that's not our problem. That's Jackson's problem.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that's true. There's, like, a key backup where you can turn off the digits and you need the key. That's what I found out.
Sometimes. Not always.
I mean, we could just break it, but
Yeah, no, I think we're going for the not.
the
Visible.
delicate method.
Yeah, because like if all she has in that safe is those remotes, yeah, I think she'll be changing the frequencies, and then we're back to square one again. But we'll see. So, need you guys to do a little bit more research on top of all the other shit that you've got to do. This one's not a priority though. This is just whenever you can get it to me, that would be great. And I give him the names of the two different Red Reapers. And I say, the second one, this is the guy that's going around breaking the masquerade. So I got the feeling that this is within our job description anyway. Pretty much.
Shouldn't we head him to the prince then?
No.
But the prince should have fun with him, I'm sure.
Why does he get all the fun?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you can use him as a, I don't know, a hacking experiment. I don't give a shit what do you do to him after we catch him. Hey, we could chop his arms off and you can stick one of those on. Apparently he's a big fella.
No, I'm happy with my size.
Really?
Yeah, and you don't know where those hands have been.
I mean, look, it's getting there. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. Your hand is getting towards that second set of knuckles now. It's nearly complete. Still looks like a deformed, malformed, weird space of a hand, but you actually starting to be able to use it for typing.
Yeah. Look, yeah. Let's just do what we can. You know, we'll find out. And then I'm gonna go start doing research on the taxi driver.
Pip,
Right.
Yeah.
which name do you want? Heads, you take that name. Tails, I take that name.
Tails.
Tails?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, do you have a coin? I don't have any coins.
So just so you guys know the two names again. The human is Grant Syfe, S-Y-F-E. And his bike number plate is 6YF3. The Red Reaper, that is the Gangrel, they're both Red Reapers, sorry. The kindred is called Austin Lear, or Big Owl. And he's got long dreads, he's more Aboriginal looking.
So I pull up a coin toss program on my computer and hit the enter button to flip it.
Okay. And I'm going to roll a dice. It comes up heads.
So which one did you want again, Pip?
Tails?
All right, you get the human.
Okay.
The booby prize. And we'll use that moment, if there's nothing else, Pip and Zane, we'll use that moment to cross to Jax.
Right.
Jax, where are you headed?
I'm going to grab a vehicle and I'm going to head to Cass's gym.
Right. No problem. You know, it's the type of person he is, type of kindred he is. His gym is open most hours, and it has a scan card, which you have a copy of anyway.
I'll just rock on in. I'm not sure, obviously, not sure how many people would be there. Probably not too many this hour. But just rock on in. Look around, see if I can find him.
Yeah, you'd be lucky if there's maybe 3. One, a lady, she's using like a row machine, very well toned. She does not look kindred at all. She's too much red in the face and puffing. And then 2 more around. One is the man at the counter doing some bookwork, who you know to be Cass.
I just slapped my hand down on the counter. See if he actually noticed me coming in.
He didn't even notice you coming in the door, but as you slap your hand on the counter, he looks up and he says, Jax,
What's up?
how's it going?
Good, mate, good. Yeah, got a bit of a favour, but
I figured, considering it's a waste of time coming here to work on muscles when, you know, you ain't going to be the same tomorrow, it's just back to normal, right?
Exactly. But there are other ways to work on said muscles. I think you know what I'm getting at.
Yes. I do think I know what you're getting at. You want me to give you some demonstration, some run-through?
Yeah, a bit of a leg up, shall we say, in the strength department.
He sort of looks across the gym. There's a single man, other than the woman rowing, just doing some weights on his own, just small, nothing hectic. Well, come out the back. I've got to stay in the shop, but I've got personal training area, as you know. We can go over some things, some bag work, bits and pieces, but the reality is we need to sit down and concentrate on where you're focusing the blood. And he sort of lowers his voice as he says the blood, looking at the woman over the way, and the man.
I got you. I'll see you out there. I'll make my way out there.
Sweet. He spends some time sitting with you, and he's got, there's buzzers at the door and things like that, but it's on quiet mode while he's out the back. There's cameras when you go in the back, and he can see what's going on in the main front of house. There's also another man back here. You would know to be his ghoul, and he talks to him, sends him to front of house while you guys are in the back. He sits you down, and he says, well, you've been around long enough. You know how to focus blood. Let's think about focusing it into strength-based characteristics, into your shoulders, into your muscles, your arms, forearms. With that, I'll get you to make a calming. I'll get you to make a. This is an odd roll. A resolve and athletics. Bit of a mental and physical combine.
2 successes.
2 successes. He's not sitting as such. He's sort of down on his knees, not like at a holding your arms out ohm sort of motion, but you can see he's concentration. He's in concentration. And he doesn't need to do this to get into the mode. He's just trying to get you to focus. And as you focus, you feel the blood moving around your body. You can feel it enhancing. It's almost like when you do a quick rouse, just for a quick boost.
Yeah.
And that's the feeling that you need to get. And he says, that's it. Now you just have to hold it. Concentrate on holding it. Keeping it there. Working that. And he stands up and picks up a couple of punch bags. They are not regular forearm punch bags. They are much more padded. Definitely a lot more. There's a lot more strength to them. They're a thicker leather, a higher quality type of pad. More of an air shield as opposed to, and I don't mean air shield in the way of it's full with air, but that air shield where they expand and retract.
Yep.
A regular punch bag wouldn't be able to handle the strength that you guys are putting into them. And he says, keep the focus, take it slow, and just bash as hard as you can into these bags. He's not worried about form.
All right. So I'll do pretty much what he asks.
And he will. You will need to roll a strength and brawl, and add just a single extra dice to your pool. Don't forget the hunger.
Cool. And we got that. This is so strength and brawl.
Yes, strength and brawl.
Strength and brawl. So that's 4, 6. It's a lot of dice. 1, 2. That's a critical for 5 successes.
5 successes with a crit. Nice. You focus that energy and that power. You punch the bag a couple of times, back and forth, holding it. And you're realizing, much like anything, when you rouse the blood for any type of extra added bonuses, you're able to hold it for longer with a bit more concentration. But after a small amount of time, you lose it. Give or take 10 or 15 minutes. It's not that you're tired. You don't have to breathe. It's not that your blood's pumping. It's just that you're using what blood you have fed on, and you're just not quite holding it there. Maybe in fear of getting hungrier. I don't know. It's maybe less of a fear, just more of the thought of getting hungrier. Thinking, if I keep this up, I'm going to need to feed again, and it sort of dissipates the extra strength. But Cass looks in and he says, "Yeah, that's good. You're getting it. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I can feel the power."
Yeah, I think I'm getting the hang of it. I don't think it'll take too long.
Just make sure you do it morning. Well, when you get up, I say morning. That's a human habit.
That's a bad habit, Cass. You've been around long enough.
I talk to a lot of clientele. It's the habit, the focus. Nonetheless, every time you get up, straight away, just focus the blood, and then do it a couple of times every night. Try and keep that up. If you can do that for the best part of a couple of days, you'll find it will become more natural and you'll be able to hold it longer. It's a good thing. Come back if you need more. Actually, I urge you, come back. We'll do a bit more.
Yeah, I'll come back and see you tomorrow night for an hour or so.
That's all you'll need. Just let tonight be the practice of just getting that focus, pushing that blood around the system.
Will do. And I'll also chuck him $5,000 cash, so I had in the car, just to help with the gym.
Jesus. All right. I won't say no. Why say no?
Hey, gotta look after you, dude.
Definitely. Obviously, just come in for training when you need.
Good to see you, but been a while.
It has been a while. Just remember the clientele on the way out there. Normal.
Yeah, I'll hit Blush of Life before I walk back through, just as I go back through the gym past him.
Good idea. Make a rouse check.
Success.
And you Blush of Life. Your skin tones pick up a little. You get a little more colour. It's almost like you're breathing now, even though you know it's doing nothing. And the chest rises and falls, and you wander out as if you're puffing. It's a good show. And with that, we will head back to the bar, where we see Echo and the Prince carrying in their conversation. The gangster's paradise, if I remember.
I hang up. William Patrick Haynes, WPH. Ring a bell? Down memory lane.
Magic, without rolling, I feel like you would probably remember this name now. There was a trial. You weren't acquitted. The Prince, I mean, you got off. You had the best people on your team. But, yeah, that rings your bells now.
Fucking Snowy.
Snowy. Old teammate?
Yeah.
Hmm.
See, he was one of my crew before I am who I am today. I was just starting out. And look, I'm the brains of the operation. They listened to me. They did what they're told. They did everything that they needed to do. I caught wind of a potential job thanks to a lady of the night that I used to call Dolly.
Ah.
I overheard one of the light conversations before business was, well, when business was done. So I had this idea. No one's ever done it before. There was a bank manager who had, at that time, it was about 500 quid worth of payroll that he would go from Doncaster to Eltham. He was on bike. That's how he delivered it. So we researched and researched and researched. We got everything we needed to do the job. We had it, everything planned out. Of course, none of us knew how to drive at that point. We were still young. So I rang a taxi company. And we're going to cut the guy in as well. You know, make it worth his while. So they picked us up at the collection point, and we drove to Bulleen and Templestowe Road in Heidelberg. And that's where we were going to ambush them. See, he wanted to take another road because it was quicker. I mean, he's a taxi driver. You want to get to your destination at the quickest route, but we were able to convince him to go the way we wanted to go. And then we asked him to pull up, and well, Snowy reminds me a lot of Marco. He's a hothead.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to convince our young friend here to, you know, stay with us. He'll get a part of the cut. He wanted none of it. He didn't want a bar of it. And as much as I was trying to convince him otherwise, Snowy's patience ran out and he just point blank shot him. So We try to make it look more than it should have been. Put him in the car. Fired a few extra rounds into the taxi. And left them.
Hmm.
Now, I got trialed for murder. A little bit of the convincing of the witnesses, and the person I reported to at the time, I got off the charge. I still spent 12 months in prison for minor crap, but could have
Did you
been a
get-
lot worse.
Did you ever get any threats after that by anyone? Any relatives, friends?
Well, you see, that was the last I heard of it.
You don't think
I
there's a
thought-
possibility he could be embraced, do you?
It could be, or, I mean, it's a high possibility. I mean, we thought there was no one there. Maybe he had a guardian angel watching over him as the events unfolded. Or it could be someone who knows my past and just using WPH to get under my skin.
The school, though, the school have a name? The one that's writing WPH in his phone? Or her?
Yes, the name is Jeffrey Donaldson. He's the ghoul to Keeper of Elysium.
Uh-huh. Did you ask the keeper about it?
Not yet.
And this other name of the mole information you got?
One of our day watchers, again another ghoul, Leanne Williamson.
You think they could be in it together?
Well, possibility, yes. However, she has a daily ritual where, after work, after the day is done, she goes to the David Jones department store. Stays there for half an hour or so.
David
Doesn't
Jones.
buy anything, doesn't leave with anything, in and out. Now, this also coincides with some other information that I've gotten. Mr. Gerald Stone.
Mm-hmm.
He also regularly visits the David Jones department store in central Melbourne. Amongst other buildings.
Echo is thinking about David Jones signed in the nursing home book, and she's getting a little visibly eyes widened kind of thing.
Is there anything you're going to do, Echo?
I'm gonna text Jeff Donaldson, Ghoul, Leanne Williamson, Ghoul, have Zane look up to Aaron to pass on to everyone. David Jones has come up in working with the hounds as well, but not the department store. Someone's using it as an alias. So that's an FBI agent. I'm kind of worried that maybe that's tied to the SI. Which we can look into, possibly.
This Gerald Stone is becoming a lot more dangerous than I thought. He has a very high IQ. About 182 from what I'm told.
It's going to be a bit difficult. We're already researching a second house of his, so.
Where would that be?
Do I remember where that would be? Because Echo might. You're muted.
I'm muted. The second house. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to have to open the last one. Carry on, I will find it. It is
Echo
North
lets you know where that
Parkville.
will be. North Parkville.
Leslie goes back on sitting on the information that he's got, and with this new address, I wouldn't believe that this is something that he resides in. The information that I have been given, I believe, is somewhere in Altona, Phillip Street. It's an assumption that this could be his main house. It's well guarded and has extreme security. It even picked up on Van Diemen's roaches.
Oof. Did Van Diemen tell you this? List any weaknesses to it? Or will we have to figure it out ourselves, probably?
Well, there was no information to suggest how we can get around the security. We don't even know what type of security.
Good thing we have security guys. So.
But this guy has no immediate family. I have more information regarding Mr. Stone, but I think I need to share this with all of the hounds.
I agree. I'll let them know.
I'm sure we don't want to keep continuing talking about business throughout the night.
You are not wrong. As a few hours have passed, it's easy to talk away the night. You're looking at it just after 4:30 coming up in the morning.
As you wish, my prince. I'm free for the evening unless you'd like me to go back and relay this information.
Do you wish to go?
Have you hung around Zane for a long period of time? Enough said.
You get a chuckle. Leslie chuckles. I mean, he's only known him for a brief amount of time, but knowing that he's Malkavian, he has a bit of a chuckle. Which is where he then motions back to the waitresses to bring over the red.
The waitress at the red, she gets someone to a glass as you motion. She gets some glasses onto a tray as you motion. She contemplates stirring them for 4 minutes, but then doesn't. Walks over to the table and sets them down.
Thank you.
He
bows and walks away.
Leslie gives some a tip to the waitress, and then he actually stands up, uncorks the bottle, and grabs Echo's glass first and pours it in, looking at it for a while, walking directly over to Echo and just placing it in front of her, walking back to his part of the table and fills his glass, and then proceeds to sit down. I think business-wise, you've got a lot of information covered. But there's obviously another reason why you would have called this meeting. So feel free. Don't be shy. Here's to new beginnings. And he holds up his glass.
Toast. Echo will just smile and I'll probably talk about some funny things of my past and getting him to share some funny things in his past kind of thing to pass the time. But I will text the street name and that the prince possibly thinks Gerald Stone might be actually staying there to Aaron to share with the group.
All right, no problem. We will shoot back to the group of hounds. Hounds, what are you doing? And that's Sans Jackson, I believe. Pip, we'll start with you. What are you up to in this interim? So you guys are covering a few hours between, nearing on the 4 o'clock mark. You'll be getting to the 4:30 mark by the time we sort of get through this.
So still looking up stuff on ASIS and William Patrick Haynes and the human biker with the number plate that I didn't catch any of, but
yeah. So looking up the humans, straightforward. The number plate, or the name Grant Syfe, is it's not common. SYFE is not a common last name, and the number plate is personalised, so looking up personalised plates is fairly simple. Easy on a computer. You get an address for him, and he's got some minor infringements on his record. Looking up the library, you're not going to find much. It'll just be internet stuff that you're glancing. I would say I'll get you to roll a intelligence technology just to see if you can glean any more.
Four successes.
4 successes, pretty good for someone who doesn't specialise in computers and whatnot. Yeah, so like I say, you get his address. The number plate on the bike also gives you the make and model of the bike. It's a Panhead Harley Davidson. Nothing fancy. You are able to sort of roll through Facebook. Biker with a Facebook. He's got some pictures of him and some other people. Mostly rough-looking people. Chicks with tattoos all over them. Scantily clad in leather and lace. Tattoo parlours. Lots of things like that going on. Then there's just random pictures on his Facebook of bottles of Jim Beam sitting next to a plate with a small piece of steak on it. burn looking, like it's come straight off the barbecue.
Mm.
He likes to take photos of his food and send it on Facebook. He's one of those.
He deserves to die.
But yes, you do get an address.
Alright, so I'll give that information to Aaron.
I will give you guys the detailed information when the game finishes. It's a bit hard to type and as a storyteller at the same time. That's what you've been checking, Zane. You've been looking up the gangrel or anything else you've been doing in the time?
So I did put a message up. Did I do my research on that sword? Like, as I wanted to make a replica.
Yes. So yes, you've got as much information on the sword as you can glean. Basically, and I thought I sent you the link. Did I not send you that link?
Yeah, you did.
I did. Okay, sweet. So you have everything you need to make a replica. You can actually, there's a place that makes molds for the replicas, and you can get your hands on a mold pretty easily. It might take a little bit to get. That's all.
I was going to
few days.
3D. I was going to.
Are you going to 3D print it?
Yeah.
In that case, not a problem.
Cool. Then I'll do it, and because I got to set up at the Me Haven.
Yes, unfortunately, you didn't mention bringing a 3D printer with you, so you'll have to make a trip at some stage.
Yeah, but I'll do that.
But you have all the dynamic plans for 3D printing a very, very close replica to this knife. You know that because of all the intricacies on it, the sword, sorry, because of the intricacies on it, there's going to be a little bit of trim time and a little bit of minor filing on the edges where they stand. When they 3D print, you have to stand the whole points. But and then some paint work if you know someone with a good painting system will work out well. You get everything you need there. The information on the gangrel, have you been utilizing your skills for that as well?
Yep.
Okay. You can't find a lot on him. I'll get you to roll. This is your wheelhouse again. I'll get you to roll intelligence technology.
Hang on. Which one of them? It's there. Yeah. Okay. I need 4 of those.
Pip also sends that text out too.
Oh yes, so everyone will get that text.
Super. All right. Here, hang on. 4 successes.
4 successes. He doesn't have a Facebook or a Twitter or anything like that, and you know that a lot of the kindred try to keep off the net as much as they can. You do get information on him as far as what, like previous life stuff prior, but everything sort of stops about 10 years ago. Any minor account transactions and things like that are all stopped. Under the name Austin Lear, there is nothing as far as bank accounts, insurances, that looks like they've all been cancelled when he supposedly died. With a bit of looking through, you know that you can probably, if you can get his bite plates, much like the human, you can probably track him a bit more. And you do get a few, when you sort of look up Austin Lear, you can see what he looked like in life. And so you are able to get a few good portrait sort of shots of him. And so you can see what he looks like and actually utilize those in the future if you need to.
Cool.
And Jackson would arrive somewhere around this time too, rocking back in the doorway as you guys are discussing and doing your things. Aaron, anything in the time you were doing before Jackson walked in the door?
I was looking up about, what's his face? Which basically Pip found out anyway.
Oh, okay. Similar information.
Yeah, just looking up the heritage of his family to see that, and also trying to find the Scythe guy as well, because he fucked with him a bike and he's going down first.
Yeah, I get the feeling like you'd probably be working back and forth with Pip and Zane, getting very similar information to what they just got.
Yeah, just grouping, trying to get it all done quicker. type thing.
With this gang thing, I don't know, but are they part of the same gang?
No,
Okay.
How we getting on, chaps?
we're doing good. Kane's up for it to crack your safe tomorrow.
Awesome.
Um,
Might have to do a
He-
minor scout first and see what other security's there, but
yeah, he will only do the safe. That's all.
fine. We can organise the rest of it.
Yeah.
Security shouldn't be an issue unless the only thing I'm worried about is possible boarding. But it's her own. It's an apartment, so I don't know that she would go that far at the apartment.
Well, if it's her haven, she might.
She uses both. I get the feeling she's probably more concerned security-wise with the museum than an apartment. But you never know. It's possible. I mean, it's a risk I'm willing to take.
Isn't the apartment above the museum?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't know that it said that.
I believe it is.
Your information has an apartment and the museum, and she has a haven in both.
They're within a block of each other. 2 blocks of each other.
They're close together.
Yeah. So she has a haven in both. But I still think...
It's possibly a tunnel then.
Possibly. I'll have to go through my records because there's a good chance that I've done security for it as well. Even though she's an anarch, still kindred. I work with anybody that's willing to pay. In the security game.
The same.
And in the security game, it's about protecting all of us, really. I don't like them very much, but they pay well.
It's all about the money, dude. It's all about the money.
What information have we got?
Text all that information to Echo and get the information from her and add that to our
Group text.
Research project about the 2 ghouls.
So over the hours, you guys have all got each other's texts, just so you're aware. So there's any information in the Skype and that you've been sending. Everyone has that now.
Mm.
So, do we still want to check out this place? Or are we going to go with this new place for Gerald Stone? This information that Echo's given us about this new address and the security makes more sense than a place with no security.
Yeah, but at the same time, that second place could just be a trap.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I want to watch it. I can put some guys on it and just watch it.
I say we watch everything and work out what the hell's going on because, this is
getting.
If he's a member of the SI, he's going to have multiple places at the same time. They're not all going to be his.
Exactly.
And the fact that he doesn't have any family.
Didn't our research say that he had a wife and a kid?
Yeah, but there's no real pictures of the said wife and kid.
So, cover story, possibly?
It could also just be a cover ID.
Yeah, true. SI, you never know. I mean, fuck. Most of us don't use our real names anymore. I certainly haven't used my real name in decades, so...
Nah, I haven't need to change yet.
Done it a couple of times.
But,
So, what else are you working on there? You find out who fucked with your bike?
Yep. It's a human. He's going to have an interesting, painful night.
A human?
Yeah, he's going to have a very painful night coming soon.
Dude.
It's hard to ride a bike with no legs.
If you want company, I am more than willing to freak out a human.
Yeah, if you want. I don't mind. But we've also found a gentleman that's been getting a little bit frisky and turning people. Apparently he's a bit of a druggo.
Is this the dude that turned the kids that we witnessed at Elysium?
I'm not 100% sure, but I've got the feeling it's a possibility because wasn't she a druggo?
Yeah.
So
couple of kids as well, which didn't sit well with me.
Yeah, didn't she turned the kids though?
Yeah, she turned the kids, but she was turned by what she said was big guy. Dark. And all she could say was, all she remembered was the Reaper. All that was gleaned from it was this Reaper symbol.
Apparently he's a big boy. He's 6'4", so...
Yeah, bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah,
you know how it goes.
I don't know if I personally would like to take him out and not involve the prince at all, because it's kind of a clan type related issue. But at the same time...
Maybe talk to your primogen. Find out.
Yeah, that's not how we work.
At the end of the day, you know the rules as much as any of us. Blood hunt can only be ordered by the prince. But it is if you're going to kill him.
We're not going to kill him straight away.
But, as I say, in saying that, we've also been given certain leeways, as long as it's done discreetly and not leave any kind of trace to, again, re-break the masquerade. I'm sure the prince would understand.
Well, look, if he's an independent, we'll run it our way. If he falls underneath the anarchs, we'll run it our way. If he falls underneath the camps, I might inform the prince.
Just don't leave the hounds out.
No.
We may not have been given a choice in this coterie, but we are a coterie, and we need to stick together.
I've got no issue with that.
Fractured, we're useless to anyone.
You guys would all know that you haven't got long till sun up. 5:30's about the time we start seeing sunrise, and you're going to start running low on time if you're going anywhere. If you're not, if you're staying here, that is fine.
Is there underground facilities here, or we definitely? I mean, we chose this place for its remoteness.
Yeah, there are basement facilities. Yes.
Just wanted to be sure. I was pretty sure there would be, but want to double check.
If there's any last things you wish to do, we'll cross in over and having our last section with the prince. One
thing Jax will do is just turn around to the rest of them and say, just so we're all on the same page, I took off for a bit. This might come in handy, hopefully. I'm not getting trapped in the fucking trap house again, and I'll pick up if there's a cinder block or anything close.
Yep.
And I will summon the potents and hit it as hard as I can against the wall.
Sweet. I have that here. Let's roll as close as we can.
Yeah, I mean it'll be a higher difficulty, I'm sure, because it's new. But
what skill were you trying to use?
Just the new one, potents. I'm just gonna hit a brick, like a cinder block, a big cinder block.
Body, right?
Yeah, so lethal body.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a free cost anyway.
Yeah,
it's no major.
It's a passive.
So no rouse check, that is.
Yeah.
So I'll say make a strength. And your choice. Athletics or brawl. You're showing a new strength.
Possibly melee, maybe.
A melee, yep, okay. Strength melee. I will say that I'll give you that for the show of skill. I will say no extra dice in your pool at this point as you're training, but you will focus to make this a more lethal attack.
Oh shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You may use willpower to roll up to 3 dice.
Yeah, I don't need it. That was 7 successes. That was a good old shit.
So you guys.
I got four criticals basically, so it gave me 8. So that's 8 successes. Sorry.
8 successes, awesome. And on the blood die.
That was a success as well.
Wasn't a critical though.
No, it wasn't a critical. No.
Okay. You guys see, and you know about rousing the blood, and it doesn't. Jax picks up the block. He focuses a little longer than what someone who would activate the power normally would, but you can see he focuses, and then that's done. It's just dust in a matter of seconds after that. It was a really good show of strength and a good show. I mean, you guys saw what he did at the building originally, putting a hole in the wall, but it's definitely up there.
It took a little bit more effort than I thought, but
See
a few
that,
more
Mania?
days.
We're safe from any incoming enemy cinder blocks from now on with this
Exactly.
scepter around.
Exactly, Pip. You got it in one. You're safe from any cinder blocks. Forever, I'll crush it. But no, I'm not getting trapped in another fucking house, I'm telling you that. Took a little bit out of me, but...
So, wait a minute. You can do that to a cinder block. What about metal?
With a bit more focus, I probably should be able to make it through a wall this time.
Don't you touch my laptops or computers or desktop.
Put it this way. You're human. I'll try not to, like, crush him too much.
Nah, I just need to break his legs.
I'll try not to do it. I'll try not to rip his legs off, should I say. I mean, I'm still learning. I mean, I'll try.
I'm not seeing a problem with that.
And
Hey.
Zane, what are you doing with this last point in time? We'll switch over. Just go around the table.
Just looking up the information and also going to do something about getting extra stuff.
Cool.
I'll let you know later.
Yeah, I'll get you to flick me a message so I can have it prepared for next Sunday. That'd be good. Pip.
Pip's gonna find somewhere to sleep and maybe read some more of his book.
Still reading the
Bell Jar, yeah.
Bell Jar, yes. And my lovely, is it Sylvia Platt?
Sylvia Plath, yeah.
It's pronounced Sylvia, is it? And Aaron, what are you doing with the last moment in time?
Just chatting with Jax about his
Chatting with
new
Jax.
ability.
Yeah.
Good. All right, we will switch scenes. About 10 minutes left on the cards. Let's see what Echo and the Prince have to say. The building around you guys within this bar, people have, as it's gotten later, listened and listened. And as you're sitting at that sort of 4:30 mark, knowing you've got about an hour and a half till sunrise, there's only about 4 or 5 patrons left in here. One of them's nearly asleep on the bar, sitting on a stool. There's still a minor chatter, nothing heavy, and there's music just playing lightly in the background.
So, I was at this interview and I said, Mr. Jimi Hendrix, I don't think that cigarette's legit. And the next thing you know, I was on the Hollywood sign in the morning in a chicken suit next to him. I don't know how I got there. That was the weirdest. That was my weirdest interview ever.
What a story. How lucky you to have such a vibrant and colourful lifestyle with your writing.
Also, that's blackjack you owe me. $20.
Just 20 over. Man of his word.
I will say, Prince, can you make a wits awareness roll to just see if she's on the level with her card playing?
And Nathan would be playing
Actually,
with
no,
us too.
he doesn't care.
He doesn't care? Okay, very
He doesn't
good.
care. No. He's just letting it slide.
Nathan, did you say he was playing too, Echo?
Yeah.
If he was allowed, he would have joined it.
If he was allowed.
He would look to you, Prince, and he would say, well, it is rather, getting late or early, as they say. Would you like me to drop Echo back off, sir?
Yes, can you give us 10 more minutes?
Oh, I can. I actually feel like something dark red and warm. I think...
You
saw a
go
lovely-
attend to that.
Yes, a dancer over there caught my eye.
Well, you go enjoy that dance, my good friend.
I shall. I will be back momentarily.
Speaking of Miss Monroe, would you like a dance before we leave?
Sure. And I get up.
And he goes over to the jukebox that's over there and picks one of the old school 1920 sort of really dance songs of that era.
Okay. The jukebox, and it's set at a good dance volume, enough that you can just talk nicely without. It's 1920s, 1930s styles. It's not a rave bar. It's danceable and talkable all at the same time. A nice number on mostly just a piano with a bit of light, almost jazz-like bass behind it.
You know I have a ball on Wednesday, but after there's a place I'd like to take you, like the park at Fitzroy Gardens. We might have more information then, and I'd like to take a walk. Balls are very political, and I could use this again. Would you like to meet me?
How could I say no
How
to
could
an
you?
offer? How can you say no to a rose?
Of course. It'll be fun.
It'll go through some old stomping grounds.
Oh, well, we can talk about it on the walk then.
I would like that.
Mm.
And as the song concludes, Leslie will start escorting Echo out to the car. And before she departs, Leslie opens up his jacket and puts his hand inside and pulls out a case and presents it to Echo. Not as exquisite as the wonderful gift that you've given me, but as a writer, I'm sure you will appreciate this. And he turns it around and opens it up. And in the velvet lining of the case is a very exquisite calligraphy pen.
It's beautiful. This is amazing. Thank you. I didn't expect a gift back. I will definitely treasure it.
Thank you, Miss Monroe.
Thank you.
It's very rare I get to have moments like these, share moments like this with all the joys that come with being in the role that I am.
Mm.
So thank you. Thank you. Like I said, I would like to meet up, and please relay this back to the coterie after your job for Van Diemen. I'd like to catch up with the team once again. I've got some information that you all need to hear. I think it's prudent that everybody knows what's going on.
All right. I'll let them know.
And I know I've got Aaron and Pip coming tomorrow. So we'll just see what's going to happen with that. Hopefully they'll learn a thing or two.
You have security at your front desks that they drop off their tech, right?
With the new measures in place, yes.
Jackson and Zane might stop in and, pick up something there. If you could have the guards be just a little lax, it'd be helpful.
I will let them know.
Thank you. And I will follow Nathan to the vehicle.
Nathan leads you to the car, opening the door for you again as the prince has sort of escorted you right to the vehicle. And there are people as the prince walks out the door, either side of him now, definitely keeping a good guard on him, looking around the area. Nathan opens the door for you. Miss Munro, it's been a lovely night. Step into the vehicle if you must.
I do believe you also owe me a 20, Nathan, but you know what? I'll let it slide.
Oh, I'm good for it. And he just out of his pocket just pulls a $20 note. 2 fingers, holds it up.
You grab it, and I'm like, I'm sure you are. And I wink at him. Get in the car.
Closes the door. He looks at you, Prince Taylor, and he says, "Is everything good? I drop her off where we began."
Wherever Miss Monroe needs to go.
Wherever she needs to go. Point and set, sir. I'll see you later on.
Thank you, Nathan.
He gets in the car, starts up that rowdy V8 engine, carefully pulls out of the drive. On the drive back, Echo. Nathan says, "Why, you seemed quite concerned when we first got in the car. You don't seem so concerned anymore. Are you happy with how your evening went?"
I think I had fun. Did you have fun?
"Oh, yes. I had a lot of fun."
Last time the hounds visited, someone missed a hand, so you never know.
I am surprised. All the talking we were doing, he was concerned about what happened to the blood that we injected into Ginny. Any ideas what happened to that?
You were there, weren't you, Nathan?
Yes. We've also seen some other footage. Just something to think on for future.
Oh, what footage have you seen? Blech. Words.
The blood wasn't used on Ginny. We know that. The prince has his ways, as don't we all. And he turns a corner quite heftily. He says, "Where would you like me to drop you, Miss Munro?"
Same place you found me.
Excellent. It's not long till sunup. Is that going to be in a place to get you to a haven quick enough?
I think so.
Let me just... One warning. The prince has a gift, an ability where he knows what his blood is up to at most times. I fear that if the blood isn't returned or he doesn't know what has happened to it, we may not like the next meeting we have. That is all I have to say on that matter. Otherwise, what a lovely night it was. I did enjoy the cards. I did enjoy it. And did you not love the club? Wasn't it fabulous?
That's very nice. Do you go often?
Oh, the prince owns it, so we go whenever we want.
And as he goes to drop me off, I get out of the car and I go, "Oh, Nathan, catch!" And I throw him the vial of blood. From my
And
pocket.
with that, Echo, nice call. With that, we will call it the end of this episode. Thank you, everybody. What a wonderful... I did not expect that ending either. I was thinking, here's my cliffhanger, but not quite a cliffhanger. Righto. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Magic, once again. And it looks like we'll be seeing Magic again shortly in the future because he has next episode next night as well. And I believe we'll be seeing Mina next episode as well, playing her part as Sarah Barnett. So, Eva, you want me to jump around the table again?
Yeah, man.
Excellent.
The usual thing.
I would like to begin with Magic. We're going to begin with you because what a wonderful date with Echo you had tonight.
Yes, well, I didn't know how that was going to go, so I think it just worked out well in the end. But I would have to say, Jax and his one of the things you don't really see with VTM is how Kindred improve themselves and get better. So having that little role play with Jax and and learning what he's about to learn. I think that's is a good thing for those who are new to VTM to understand. It's just not a matter of, oh, I learned this. You actually have to go and find someone to teach you how to do what you want to do.
It was good too because the viewers won't know, but us and Skype do. We only talked about it 5 minutes before the show, really, and so when Jax brought it up, I was like, "Oh shit, how am I going to do this?" So hopefully, it didn't seem too.
It's kind of why I did it, because I wanted it to be sort of on the spot and fresh.
Yeah.
And sort of, I think you played it well.
Thank you, Magic. That's very well. Good note to make. Hopefully, that teaches everyone a little bit of something. Zane. Trash.
You muted, Trash.
Oh, I hate this thing.
Your memory. It's your memory, old man.
Yeah. No, I'd have to say I enjoyed the dinner day. That was awesome. Just the political correctness and all that went on. Not showing the hand and yeah.
Very good. Aaron, Mr. Tomic.
I enjoyed when Pip said, "I don't know if Aaron should really be thinking. It's not really his strong suit." So they go, "Fuck you, Grim."
Look, I know Pip's a quiet character in the game, but I wrote down just about everything Pip says is a moment these days.
It is 100%.
I'm not completely stupid. I might be a little bit of a hammer, but I'm not an idiot.
That's good.
And he's constant talking to the roach, which if I ever get to see, I'm going to shoot. But
it's becoming a thing now. This roach pet. It's as bad as the skull compass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and that's the other one. Het's appearance in the campaign. We finally got him in.
I did not plan it. I just thought, okay, what's this dude going to be? I was actually thinking Macho Man, Randy Savage type thing, but it came out.
It really came out more Het, definitely. Even the chat picked up on that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Pip, your thoughts?
So the Echo and Prince bits were great, but I think the best bit for tonight were Aaron's first phone call to the safe cracker Kane, was it?
Yeah.
Cage,
yeah.
that back and forth, the way you were talking, the way Aaron was responding, it was just a really good moment. It sort of highlighted some of Aaron's character a bit more than we sometimes get to see, so I thought it was really good.
Cool. Yeah, awesome. Cage. Echo.
I have two about flying when Aaron said the red eye takes on a whole new meaning when we're on board. And I'm happy to say I now know the Dewey Decimal System for death. Thanks to Pip.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, those are mine.
And Jackson.
Yeah, I'd have to say, I'd say Echo. I think Echo was a standout moment throughout just the conversation with the Prince, starting off being relatively nervous and uneasy, not knowing what to expect, and then sort of finding her stride and offering the gift of Al Capone's cocktail shaker to the Prince, knowing full well that it would definitely be his wheelhouse, and then the Prince's reaction to it, sort of breaking that hardness of a character that's like humanity 2. I dare say those slips would not happen very, very often at all with Prince Taylor. So that moment there was probably the standout moment for me through the whole thing.
Just appealing to the Prince through way of presence is a good thing. I mean, who doesn't love getting good shit that they, you know? And I agree with everyone. Everything you guys have said has been good. I've got a couple here, and thank you again, Magic. And we always thank our guests because we
100%.
should, because it's polite. However, Magic, and I call it work, but it's not work. It's a labour of love. All your prep, whether you had it up in front of you or not, whether you know it off by heart, it just the answers when you know, when I said, okay, you remember this person. just being able to just talk about it as if it's something that has happened to you, and that I commend that, because it is hard on the spot when you're talking, especially one-on-one. There's not 3 or 4 people throwing questions at you. You just got one person talking to you and you're giving answers back. So well done with that. The second thing I have is for everyone, and this includes Sarah Barnett, Mina, behind the scenes, working out the WPH, because there's a lot of, it's like Prince Taylor doesn't just have one history. He's got a lot of shit going on in the background, and so there was no really obvious pointers. And I've had a lot of behind the scenes stuff coming in from people as well, which is good, that people are thinking about players and guests and others thinking about what's going on. So it's cool when someone cracks. You guys have sort of worked out this WPH now, so there's something, everyone's plans have sort of accumulated and worked that out, and I'm really stoked. It's good. It's the whole Scooby-Doo thing you're supposed to do, so so yes, kudos to everyone for that. That's one of my favorite moments of the night, is you guys actually figuring some of it out now, starting to put the puzzle together.
And big props to the storyteller as well for creating the story in the first place and giving us these opportunities to work this shit out. So I'm enjoying it. First time playing Vampire the Masquerade. I know Magic has played previous iterations of the game and knows the lore probably better than any of us here. And so, again, thanks to Magic for his input on that level too, because we've had questions that he's been able to answer for us without having to do any extensive amounts of research, which is good because I hate reading. So it's good to have someone that actually knows some stuff. And of course, the players. Thank you to you guys for joining us again for another week and playing out some Vampire the Masquerade. As always, tomorrow night, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Maybe some Red Dead. We're doing something. But tomorrow night, around 8 o'clock, we'll be back here doing some stuff. Wednesday night, not Vampire the Masquerade, vampire stuff, but different vampire stuff, Curse of Strahd, where you'll see most of these faces again, playing some more D&D. And then Thursday, Pew Pew Thursday with some more Rainbow Six. And then Friday, Stormlord's Wrath over on Yardy One's channel. Make sure you go check it out. And then back here Sunday for some VTN. So, just to reiterate to those players and the viewers, Sunday the 29th of August, in 3 weeks' time, we will be starting our mini-campaign with JJ, Drax, Grim, Magic and Baz as players. I believe Nutty and Roasted Chicken will be playing NPC parts for me on that night as well. So come and hang out with us there. It'll be 7:30ish start on that Sunday night, but we'll be taking a small break from VTM for a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, to run this mini campaign for these guys, level 5 campaign. So come and hang out with us and hang out with that as well. It should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll see a TPK just so you guys get to be involved in one. That's my hope, but we'll see. But anyway, we're gonna raid Dreaded GM. I've raided them before. They're a cool crew. They do some awesome RP as well. They do a lot of RP focused stuff, story first, all that sort of stuff. What we try to do with Curse of Strahd as well. So we're definitely gonna go raid those guys. But we will see you back here tomorrow night, about 7:30, 8 o'clock for some gaming. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, folks, and we will see you next time.